Hi, this is Kelvin Pascal, and you are tuned into the Hinted Neuron podcast. On today's episode of the podcast, I'll be talking with Nkechinyere. She is my friend. I call her Chichi, and we had an amazing time on the podcast together. We initially recorded an episode early this year, which turned out to be my most heard episode, and we decided to do another one. This episode was lovely. We've been talking about doing a second one since July, and I think this one is really personal to me because we talked about a lot of things that I myself can relate to, and I know a lot of people out there can relate to. So this episode was really fun to make while producing it, while recording it, while even doing the post production. I really enjoy this episode and I hope you do too. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't forget to reach out to me on Instagram or Twitter at Hinted Neuron. I'm always available to answer any questions, comments, or concerns. Don't forget to share, subscribe, leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Please, it's very important that you leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts on how you like this episode, and just leave that review for me so that I could probably top the charts or something. Yeah, that's it for me. And I bring to you Chinyere. I'm here with Chinyere.
You pronounced my name in a very weird way. It didn't sound like my name.
Okay, I'm here with Chichi. So, how does it feel?
It's Chinyere, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be back on the podcast? We had a major banger. I see that's still one of my highest grossing episodes. I can't lie to you.
Well, like you said before, that's one topic everyone will be interested in listening.
Yeah.
So it's just.
So we are back for part 2.
This time around, we are reassuring you we're not talking about sex. Because apparently a lot of people complain. Hello.
Are you serious?
You're complaining that I'm talking about sex. The sex that we are having.
Can you imagine? The sex that we all are having.
Exactly. But don't worry. I'm nice. I'm not talking about sex.
We'll just talk about, let's not just give it away. Let it evolve in the conversation. So we're talking about a lot of things. And top of that list is breakfast. It's what everybody has been talking about. Be careful. Make them no go serve you breakfast.
Okay, what just blew my mind this evening was the fact that in his notebook, in his sketch, he put it in hashtags. Who puts the word breakfast in hashtags? I like food, so I would assume that's food, not fasting. So if anybody has been in the social landscape, WhatsApp, Twitter, or anywhere right now, you are very familiar with serving of breakfast. You probably have served someone breakfast or they served you breakfast. Okay. I see where you're going with this now.
So yeah, man. I think it's really interesting to talk about because I think when they serve someone breakfast like this, they're on a mission to give it out like a dish to everyone else. Or Chichi, what do you think? Or do you think that people are just that good that they give them breakfast, they just want to chill and just heal, or they don't just go on a breakfast serving spree?
It depends on the individual. I think for me, I would want to give some people their own taste more, just more, because I have to give up to others what they've given to me.
Because it's compulsory, yeah.
But some other people would rather just chill and heal and then go for it again. So it depends on the individual. I'm not that nice.
Chinyere, have you been served breakfast before?
I'll say a yes and a no thing.
Yes and no. Why? Is it that you've been served or you've not served, or you've not been served?
If I tell you the serving was based on my actions.
Okay, I see where you're going.
Based on my actions, I was served breakfast. So yes, I was. By myself. I was the one that prepared the meal. It just tells me different.
That's nice. I do not have any experience with breakfast, and that's not a story I'm going to talk about on this podcast.
You shy, baby? Are you shy?
So I
I stayed off the dating scene for quite a while because make I just be my own day. Just like how, serious minded people want to just be. And
Serious-minded, or you have not found anyone that would want
at
to
the time,
drag you out
yeah,
of that serious-mindedness.
at the time,
Yeah.
let's say yeah. Or maybe the mood was not just right at the time. Or like the vibe was not right at the time. So when you thought the vibe was there, they give it to you. And it hits you like Thor's hammer. You understand?
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Anyways.
So I don't want to talk much about this because it's a very like
Sensitive topic.
sensitive topic, but I don't know whether we are going all the way in this conversation or we are like
I would rather skip this breakfast talk
why?
before we get all emotional. But the reason why they termed it breakfast, the after effect, the whole wailing and crying thing, I guess, the whole emotional, what's it called, disability.
Mm.
That's why it's termed breakfast. Other than that, I think everyone generally has gone through it. You hoping your expectations being so large, and then everything just comes crumbling down. So
Why is Chinwe talking as if she's talking to me?
I don't know. I'm talking now.
Okay, continue.
So it's a good and a bad thing. Let's take it for as character building. Yes.
Character building.
Yeah. Gives you tougher skin.
Okay, do you believe that there are people who, don't date, then they date just date once and it works out from marriage happily ever after? Are there people like that who don't have to go through that character
Please, if they
building?
do, they should come and give me the soap they are using, because how do you just get the love of your life at one shot and that's it? How many demons do we have to go through?
Do you believe in love of your life? I don't know if I do. I think it's just like there's no love of your life. It's just like someone who is just like both of you are ready to make that decision. I just feel like okay, it's just like meeting that person who is already ready to make that decision with you
So you
at the right
think,
time.
okay, you think there's a possibility of other people being the love of your life if they were ready to make that decision with you?
Definitely, that's what I think. I don't know whether there's
So
someone
that means
for everyone.
you are canceling the idea of soulmate.
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
Anybody can be a soulmate. If you guys just click, you guys can be soulmates. If you guys want to make it work, it would probably work. That's what I think. I don't believe in soulmates.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people would disagree.
Think about it like this. Think about it like this. Why is it that you meet someone, they make you feel like it is like they make you feel like you're in heaven, and then you keep meeting 10 other people who make you feel like you're in heaven. So it means that there can be plenty of soulmates out there for you. It's just like there's nothing like so. It's just the people who make you feel good and the people who want to make. There are people who make you feel good and there are people who make you feel good plus decide to want to be with you forever. I guess.
That's not okay. Now you said forever. I think that's the feeling good thing depends on the reason why some people will tell me as a soulmate is making me feel good for a long period of time. A lot of people can make you feel good, but at a short frame, within a short frame, you can just feel good maybe in 2 weeks, 1 week, and the energy is out.
Yeah. Okay, I think we should define love now. Love is optimizing for the person that will make you feel good for the longest period of time.
Yes, I would define my love as that. Because if you can't, I don't think I would want to be in that situation.
Yeah.
So yes, for the longest time has to always flow with the definition of love. Because if you don't put time as this, you might as well just wait. If you are going to make me feel loved for just 2 weeks, except if that's what I want.
Yeah.
That's fine. If that's what I would term as my love. But I feel love is for a longer time. I'm going to feel good. Not all the time. But then it flows. It just keeps going. It never stops until you can't continue to produce that feeling again.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Wise talk from Miss Chinyere right there. And I think that's like a swift transition to something we should like talk about. Now, since we're on the topic of breakfast, let's talk about like that Olunis thread and some of the PTSD that some people encounter, men especially.
Okay, first, I would have to confess, I blocked her at one point.
Yeah, why?
I don't know. I think she posted something, or she had her trends as usual, and I didn't feel very satisfied. Even though usually her trends are for the women.
Yeah, definitely.
But I didn't feel very satisfied with her. I don't want her content on my timeline. And I took it off. So the day she was trending with the whole women confession about cheating thing, I didn't get it. Just few people that brought it into the timeline.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is, and because of the trend, a lot of people were talking about it, a lot of my people were talking about it. And some of my girls, or my women, as I would like to call them, feel, they say when a man cheats, everyone will know. But when a woman cheats, it's difficult to find out, except if she wants you to. I don't always believe that.
Okay.
If you're going to get caught,
definitely.
You can't hide it.
Sure, definitely. Yeah.
So when I see then the guys had the PTSD, I slept off. Because I remember the whole lot of my friends had to go back to tag my I slept off messages. I'm not allowed to sleep off again.
No, it's just that. I mean, like, I think it just brought up like conversations. I think other kinds of conversations were even happening at the time. Just like men talking about like their own scenarios with women and lies they told to them. So it's just like, there was this guy that was like, you're not overthinking, dog. They're clapping her cheeks or something like that.
I don't feel it. Well, it depends on, it always depends on the individual. Whatever your relationship was, because I'm sure either the relationship had problems or she was just greedy. She wanted a whole lot of things. Because if your relationship had problems, you would definitely know that something is wrong somewhere.
I don't necessarily believe that somebody can be perfectly in love with you, everything is going all right, but the person just like is attracted to someone sexually and they're having it elsewhere. Do you think that we are in the safest of times right now?
No, not at all. Because this thing about commitment will still keep dancing in a different direction. It's not safe because everyone seems to want their opinion heard. I think I should be allowed to like somebody and still be in a relationship with you. Or I think it's fine. Now, the craziest of ideas come in. I can be dating him, but I can still have my men outside. Men outside.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not safe.
I feel that because it's something that happened to me recently personally, but go on. Go on.
Okay. Go on. You just dodged that. I'm going to, okay. No problem. I'm going to let you know. So, yes, the whole eat your cake and have it thing. I think all these things are because we all want to enjoy the vibe of being in a relationship. Might not be the relationship itself, the vibe, the concept. Because a whole lot of people are out there posting relationship goals.
Yeah, definitely.
You want yours to be counted as that, but you don't know the amount of sacrifices that comes with it. So that's why when you are in it for the time where it's good, when it just the boat seems to shake a bit.
Yeah, they just want to like fight or flight, whatever they call it.
Exactly. I'm still there. I'm still with you, but then I'm out.
Yeah.
Just trying to get myself feeling good. Then when I'm done, I'm back to your love.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's safe because people will be emotionally hurt but keep hiding it under different characters.
There are a lot of things you are touching on that are really interesting to me. Really interesting because you said a lot of things that if you pick just like you could even pick just like 7 out of everything now. It's just like really amazing. This part of like people just putting half of themselves in the door.
Yeah.
And they just like they are not fully into it. They are just there for the performative part of the relationship, the part that they show to others, the performance. So they are there for what the performance can be, not what it deeply is.
Exactly.
The commitment, the hard times that might come up, those certain things that.
Well, maybe because social media seems to portray most relationship as perfect. Oh, you see them every time having their photo shoots, they're laughing. Oh, he's taking her on this holiday trip to Dubai. Or he's getting her flowers at her workplace. So everyone just assumes, I doubt it's fine.
And I use a word for it. Like, people think it's Barney and friends out here.
And it's not. It has to do with a whole lot of things. You have to compromise.
Definitely compromise. Sacrifice.
A lot of that. And
Chichi, like, I don't blame anybody who is not yet ready to compromise and sacrifice. You can say, I'm not yet ready. You understand? But don't put people in that stage where you're not ready to compromise and sacrifice, and then you now enter into something with them.
But that's why there are terms called situationship. Why do you have to be in a relationship where it compromises of all of those things when you can just be in a situationship? Okay, we like each other, yeah?
Yes.
We do. And we're good. We're good the way we are, but we don't have to do all those things where you always have to ask me, where am I? Or who's this new guy you are talking to? All those things. And creep it out.
Are situationships, are they defined? Do you guys like talk it out or what?
No, it's never defined. It just happens. It always just happens. And sometimes some people get so deep into it, they forget that they also like.
Okay.
Don't say that first now. Drink a whole lot of water.
That's interesting. I think you're bringing up situationships now. That brings us to something that's natural. Something that's been happening. Talking stage situationships. All these people are breaking their hearts. People are breaking their hearts because of, like, they're talking, get attached, and all the situationships are not well defined, and this someone gets attached, someone is not yet in love, all those things.
Look, the dating scene right now is a huge mess. It's like this what's it called? There's a huge community of situationships flying around, and then just maybe very little pieces of real relationships everywhere. That's why people are hurt. If you're in a situationship with someone, I think, and at one point you do feel you want a little bit of definition, and then you see that your partner, in quotes, I can't call him your partner because he's not your partner. That's why I said in quotes.
Definitely.
Your partner, in quotes, is not on that same level with you. Take your pride, put it in your bag, and leave.
Well, we always talk about this leaving thing. Leave. People, your friends tell you leave. People around you tell you leave. We know that it is not enough. It is not that easy. The courage to just stand up and leave sometimes. Like, sometimes you're really deep into it. Like, it takes time to leave. And we don't talk about how easy it is to leave. For people to leave when we just tell them leave.
We know it's hard. It's hard. It's as hard as leaving a toxic relationship. It's hard, yes, but at least you make certain steps to show that you do want to leave. You're not going to sit down or stand up and move to his house every minute he calls you. That's not leaving. You are going to be withdrawing slowly until when you feel you are no longer that attached. It's hard, very hard. I remember my last breakup, the idea of leaving. You said what? I should leave this one. I've been with this one for like a year.
So yeah.
So yeah, it's hard. But then
is this thing called like sunk cost fallacy. The sunk cost fallacy is this thing that when you've invested so much in a certain thing, you feel like you soon reap your rewards. So you keep like investing because since you've invested so much, you think that since I've already invested so much, my rewards will soon come. So I should just keep investing and keep waiting for the good times to come. It's a sunk cost fallacy that's just how humans are. It's a biased thing.
Yeah, it is, but wouldn't it be so obvious? It's just like trying to pour water in a perforated bucket. Now, you keep pouring the water thinking, okay, your good reward of having a full bucket will come. But you know it's leaking. It's not moving anywhere.
Sometimes maybe it's not always obvious to us that this bucket is leaking.
That's why you always have a second eye. That's why my friends are there for me. They would always, I can be crazy in love, and love is blind, very blind. But then they should be your eyes. They should look up.
Yes. That's something interesting I want to talk about. Like, when people are in this scene, like in all these games, I'll call them games now because everything today isn't real. They are more as like games. Everybody's gaming each other. That's why I like to call it games. Like, I feel like you need friends, really good friends, because if you do not have friends, you are going to like the thing is not even about having friends, because even these friends, they tell you what to do, but you still don't listen to them. They tell you what's right for you, but sometimes you still don't listen to them.
Having friends like me. That's what I would say. I'm very
What would you do?
Very persistent. I would practically draw you out of the relationship. Not like with words. I would draw you like out because it's not healthy. It doesn't look healthy for you. You're just there. So yes, having good friends, because if I wasn't your good friend, I would just look from afar and tell you sorry, or I'll just throw in one or two advice. If you choose not to, that's fine. That's your opinion. But if you are my really good friend, I don't think I want to see you that hot. Because if you keep staying there, you get more hot, and the emotional effect you're going to have when the whole thing comes down is going to be worse. So what's the point? Just leave. So yes, please always select your friends, the very good ones.
Yeah, that's interesting to say. I've had situations where, my friends thought that this might be bad for me. It might not even be relationships. Certain things might just be, these decisions might be the wrong ones. And then I went ahead and took those decisions. And then you become shy at the end of the day to tell them that. No, sometimes they're not shy because they're your friends. You just be like, they will still accept you back at the end of the day. They're your friends.
For the girlfriend coming back again. Yeah, goodness.
So yeah, that's how it is, man.
But it's also a two-way thing. Sometimes it might end up going right.
After the bad stages?
Yeah. It might end up going right.
Do you have stories?
No, I don't. Yeah. And I hope someone else.
Are those hypothetical scenarios?
Maybe.
Well, yeah.
Because you don't know. It's on probability. It might work, it might not work. So in those type of situations, because I'm certain some of our viewers or listeners would have their own stories where it was bad for a while, and then it became good.
Yeah.
That's on another level.
Yeah.
Well, your friends would always be your friends. They just want to look out for you. So, and the only thing they are not forces. You can only see what they can see at this level. So, if they are limited, they are limited to what they can see at that point. So, what they can see is what they would advise you to do. It's not treating you right. Look, you're always crying about him doing this. I think you should leave. They can't see into the future. Say, okay, this end of time, don't worry, she should just be there. Wow, she will be good. So, depends on what you believe.
Depends on what you believe in.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Very toxic advice. That's the advice you give to someone that is dying. I've tried for you. I'm giving you advice. Don't want to do anything you want, my dear. You'll be fine.
It just depends on the person. I think it depends on how much they first love themselves. Because it's not even about, you can love yourself and just still find yourself in a mix of all this nonsense sometimes.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think for people who are just going through it, it's just probably, I think, spend a lot of time with your friends. Spend a lot more time with friends. Distract yourself as much as possible. With people who are really invested in you, because I know you hang out with certain people and you guys are just like on your phones all the time. Mm-hmm. And when you're on your phone, you will still bring back that same vibe that you're feeling. So yeah, I don't like giving advice because I'm shit too.
It's fine.
So we were talking about certain topics that we would cover, and I think one of those things are friends dating their exes. What do you think about friends dating each other's exes?
No. No, for me.
Yeah.
Let me always say for me first. No, it's out of boundaries. No, please don't go there. I don't have anything to do. I don't have anything to do with him, but doesn't mean please don't go there. He used to be mine before. Don't go there.
What if this your friend is genuinely happy with this person and then you see it? Do you want to deny this your friend of happiness?
That's when my good part of being a good friend comes in. And just like, okay, we should let it be. But then I'll be jealous for most of the time.
You'll be jealous and then you still reminding you of all those bad memories of that you had you had to leave this person.
So, what? I don't know. We like quality catch this situation. It's like, what am I supposed to do here? If I say no, she'll be miserable. If I say yes, I'll be miserable. I haven't gotten to that situation yet, so I can't give advice.
I think it's just hypothetical because it already happened because your real friends do not want to even talk with people who hurt you or who you've been with. I don't know. It's just somehow.
True, but then what if life just happened?
Yeah, it could, but I'm just like the chances of that happening are maybe quite low. I don't know because I've never experienced I don't know anybody who has experienced it personally, but it's just something we talk about sometimes. Like, what if
this happens?
Is one of those what ifs. Personally, I'm going to put a knife in your stomach.
You see that I'm nice. I didn't say anything brutal. I'm just very cool. I'll be very pissed, but nice situation. No, that's just I don't know. I don't want my friends with my guys or ex guys. No.
You say like you have a lot of guys.
No. Kelvin, can we not do this? My mother might be listening to this sometime.
Okay. Did your mother listen to our first episode?
Jesus Christ. It's like you don't want a roof over my head. No, she did not. I didn't even. Okay, my siblings did listen to it and they're like, I'm like, everybody move your.
I found out that my elder brother listened to it. So my younger brother, I don't have an elder brother. My younger brother listened to my episode, and then my dad. I think that was what I was telling you at the time that my dad got to listen to our episode, but it was just on the light. No,
I feel if my parents were also to listen to it, they would be surprised because I am not the type that talks at home. I'm just really quiet. So they'll be.
We do not talk.
No, my siblings do talk at home, but I really don't say so much. So they'll be surprised. But if they were to tackle me on the angle of immorality, I'm going to tackle them on the angle of I'm aware now.
I'm aware.
Yes, self-awareness. So I don't think they would judge me so much. It might just be, I'm very surprised that you have this type of thoughts in your head.
Oh, that's interesting. They do not believe that an adult girl would have those kind of thoughts in her head.
No, they just believe you should be facing your book, praying to God, and turning back home. That's it. So they don't really believe so much in this lifestyle.
I try to think about what our parents were doing in their 20s.
I think they were doing the exact same thing. They just want to deny it. I'm serious.
Because why did they act surprised when they see teenagers or youths talking about sex or doing sexual things?
First, some of them don't see us as grown-ups yet. They don't see us as grown-ups yet. Yes, she's 25, but she's still my baby. So they don't see us as grown-ups yet. One. Two, I think they are just being protective because they've obviously had their own experience with it, and maybe it didn't go so well, so they're just being very protective. So I think this is
because personally, if I were to advise like a younger version of myself, or maybe a boy who I see who's just really focused, I might just tell him don't date because I know those distractions that come up. Just time and energy that you just meant to use to do other things, and I saw that in myself. This time, energy that I used to talk and talk and hang out. And then everything just crashes. That energy would have been best invested in
something
else, because everything is an investment at the end of the day. If you're investing so much and then it just dies, it means it's all a waste.
Mm-hmm.
And then you keep going into the into the wild. You go into the wild and keep making this investment every time, and then they just die.
So you see, you can also be protected. So yeah, most of our parents they are looking at it from a protective angle.
And what do you think about returning of gifts after a relationship ends?
I have never returned any gift.
Has anybody demanded you but you didn't, or like
no?
Have you experienced in real life? Like,
okay,
like with your friends or anybody, like anything like that?
No. But yes, there was this time. Yeah, there was this time I broke up with someone and I had paid for the gift, but it had not been delivered to him. So I don't know why the delivery period was so long. I don't know why. I can't remember. And when it was time to deliver, they handed it over to him and he was like, I think you should return it back to her. I felt very insulted because that's the first time.
Okay, you tried to give someone a gift. And
we broke up before it got delivered.
Wow.
And I still sent it like...
Were you trying to apologize?
No, like within the relationship, I think it was his birthday or something. So I had gotten him the gift in advance, I think, for a while. But I don't know why it was not delivered during that time. So maybe due to one or two circumstances. So we broke up, and around the time of the breakup, the gift was supposed to be with him. And it got to him and he said, no, please return it back. I felt very insulted. Like, okay, ignore the breakup. But I got it for you because it was your birthday. I don't think you should do that.
Me, I'll collect too. I like my woman's money.
I just felt very insulted. But then I respected his choices. Maybe he felt it was too sensitive for him at that point, or there was no point. Whatever decision he felt at that point, that's fine. That's actually fine. But it hurt me. It hurt me a little. Because although when his own gift to me, I did trash it. I didn't return it. I did trash it. I don't want anything that signifies you around me.
You trashed the person's gift.
Yeah.
You didn't even give it out to someone.
No, I trashed it.
How does that feel for you? Like, just like taking something through. Is it like an edible or what?
No, it was actually this jewelry.
Wow.
And then I just went and then I threw it.
Would you classify yourself as a very angry person when you are?
When I am. Yes, when I am, I'm very angry.
Because it takes a lot of anger to trash a gift.
I wasn't angry then. I was hot. And every time I looked at it, I remembered us. Like the term us, when it was still functioning. And I didn't want it to be so. And I was like, you know what? The best way to get rid of this thing is throwing it away. If I give it to somebody, I might end up bumping into that person and I would see that thing again and I'll be upset. But if it's in the trash can, nobody would pick it up. Brilliant idea. But I had the feeling if it was, maybe because it was jewelry, I don't really like jewelry as gifts. But if it was something better, maybe a purse or something, no, but we keeping it.
Yeah, I don't know, but for me, if you give me something and you're like out of my life at the time, I don't think it will spring up any memory for me. I'm really good at wiping shit that needs to be wiped.
Really?
It stays, but it's not as if this thing would be manifesting memories to me whenever I see it.
Really? No, I'm not that type of person. I can identify objects with memories and the rest. For example, if I do think of me being in this room again, I would always remember this moment when we're recording.
Yeah.
So that's how it is. And I identified that with a particular... I knew the memories that flowed with receiving that gift, and I didn't want that. I didn't want to reminisce that. That's why I trashed it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I feel you. It takes a lot of guts, though.
But some people do return gifts. I don't even know how they do it. Do they just send it in the mail? I'm like, okay, deliver it to this person's house. And then put a note inside. Put a note inside. Thank you for the gift. It has done its own work and then bye-bye.
We were a good team, but you went crazy.
I really need to hear one or two people's story about returning gifts.
I think one of the things like somebody suggested that since we had a lot of opinions on the former podcast, it would have been nice to take voice notes. So it's something I'm still going to do as a CTO, like for people. I'm like going to have them send me voice notes, experiences, all those things based off of what we are talking about right now. And I think it's something that would be interesting to mix together. And,
I would really love that.
yeah. So back to all this idea of talking stages and situationships here. I have a thought. The fact that people are not able to commit, is it because we are not wired for monogamy? Or it's just in us to have multiple people? Or is it, see something, I have a theory, but like, I want to hear yours first. Why is it that monogamy is something that's hard, commitment is something that's hard for one, like commit to one person sexually? Or it's just like hard for a lot of people right now?
Everyone is greedy or selfish. Yeah, greedy and selfish. First, they are thinking about themselves only, which is surprising because you're in a relationship. You should be thinking about what the other person will be feeling. And greedy in the sense of they want to eat their cake and have it. You can't be
You
can't be there and want to be outside. So it doesn't work like that. If it's just like the idea of marriage or contract. Let me use that contract.
Yeah.
You have signed a contract with this company saying you can't sign on the other one with the other company.
Exactly.
So why would you? It's greed. It's basically greed. No, it has to be greed.
Yeah.
So I don't think the idea of polygamy, it might have it used to exist back then, but now with the way everything seems to have an explanation. I put everything seems to have an explanation because you can't say this is this without telling me why.
Yeah, there are a lot of reasons why it could be like that.
Yeah, there are a lot of reasons, but I think I would pinpoint it to greed because you have someone beautiful by your side. Why are you still looking out?
Yeah, because everybody's optimizing for what they can get from everybody.
Selfishness.
Yeah.
Everyone is greedy and selfish.
Yeah. I feel you. And this is really perfect because now let's jump into the money aspect of, because we talked about it before. Like it's really a big game now. Yeah, there's a lot of money outside. Yeah.
Okay.
You understand? Our brothers are bringing a lot of money, and there's a lot of money outside.
The tech bros. Do you know anyone, by the way?
So this is hard to talk about because it's heavy for me. Yeah. So I think even spawns off like there's this discussion of tech bro and Yao boys.
Okay, I think I saw the comparison.
So me with the tech bro, I was just like, okay.
Oh, you're a tech bro, and I just asked you, do you know anyone? so guys, we might be sending out wedding invites.
So me with the tech bro, and I know Yao boys, and I know that these guys can do one or two things in the space of a few months, and they will get money that you work for in probably 6 months. You get, so I don't know why there was that competition at first.
Okay, it's because I saw the whole thing, and then I was like, maybe because this Yahoo boy the Yahoo boys tend to like show off more, and these days everyone is judging based on what they can see. Social media is basically you seeing a couple of images and I see this is what is happening here. That's it. They are interpreting images and text across the countries and the rest, across the world rather. So everyone can see that this guy has money because when he goes to the club, we're ordering Azul.
Yeah.
When he dresses, he's always flashy with a lot of designers everywhere. So unlike the average tech bro that is thinking of how do I solve this problem that has popped up somewhere. So he's not really invested in his appearance at that point. So that's the reason why some girls, I won't say most, some girls would rather move towards the direction of the Yahoo boys because they are greedy and they just want the money. And they obviously can see the money in the Yahoo boy at that point. And he's ready to spend.
Yeah, definitely.
They are always ready to spend. Yeah. They are never reluctant in bringing out money. Because to them, well, it's easy. Might not be easy as I say, but then you can always make it back. Unlike the tech brother knows, okay, someone just invested this money on me. I can't just waste it. I squander it on nothing. So greed is a major part of this money thing.
I think we're like because you said something about greed, and I'm trying to relate it to other aspects of my life and people who have moved to me. So, but I'm not going to talk about because I like said I don't use myself as a model example most times. but then that idea of like Yahoo boys, like let me see, let me just address that one like as it is. There's money in tech. If you're doing tech, you probably have like a lot of money to live by. You have money to live by, and you probably have excess. Yeah, and you have investment. So if you are doing Yahoo, I don't like talking about this thing because it makes me feel somehow like I'm telling people how to make their money. But like, let me just say it nonetheless. You have money coming in, you have cash, you probably have investment, and all these other things. But there's a certain lifestyle, there's a certain consciousness around your gang. So even if you are, because people like the other guys don't move, they don't move alone. You understand?
Always with their clique.
You understand? So there's a certain consciousness in your clique, and you can't go and be behaving as if you understand because you now have money. You go and separate yourself. You will not get updates next time.
But that's how it works.
I think that's just how it is. You will not get if you have to be around. You understand? Certain people. Why do you think they're always in cliques? They don't even have to. They don't even have to like text. If I could be in my room and be communicating and getting updates, but that's not how it is. You have to be in that space. Most times, yeah. That's why you guys are always together.
Wow.
Most times, you have to be in that space.
Wow.
So you understand me? Why do people travel far distances to be with other guys? So there's certain consciousness around you guys, and the consciousness is this money don't drop, this bow. So even if you are the type who is like, I was just in this for the first time to make a lot of money and just like bounce, but there's a certain consciousness with the people you have involved yourself with too, and then you have flashy. Because I mean, you guys just had maybe like in your group, 5 of you guys just like had money, and everybody is being fancy. You
have to up your game.
You can't be like people like me who just want to wear sweatshirts and sit in their house.
You have to up your game.
You understand? So you are flashy, you attract people.
Yeah.
And definitely, and if you want to be promiscuous as a man, you have to be generous too.
True. Very true. Because if you are not, they will term you or we will term you stingy. Why is this person very stingy? It's funny how much thinking about it's funny how much I have grown because when I was a couple of years ago, I would see it as them being stingy. This person doesn't want to spend. He doesn't like me enough. But these days, because of how much awareness everyone seems to have, it's like, it's his money. How will you be telling him he's stingy on his money? You didn't give it to him. So now it's like, okay, I can't call people stingy. It's their money. You have to be very conscious about that. So, the women would always love gifts.
Definitely.
Would always love it. I don't know about the guys loving gifts, but we love gifts.
I think men love gifts, but it's just the way we were conditioned as like in society. Like one gender usually receives a lot, so yeah. So men are fine with it, like to a large extent. Men are
not
fine
receiving it.
Yeah, men are fine with it to a large
extent. But these days, you guys are talking a whole lot more on Twitter about wanting to be treated as king.
Yeah, because it's nice too. It's nice. I like it that these guys are vocal about it. Me, I don't want your money. I don't want anything. You do what you can for me in the littlest way you can.
So I'm paying you in kind.
There are things that people bring to your life that are priceless.
Wow. That's sweet. I think I should write that down.
Yeah. So there are things that people bring to your life that are priceless. And if you find that person who gives you priceless things that you feel like you could be okay with this for the longest term, sure, why not? But like for me, I think personally, I just don't want anybody to, I don't want to use that word, Do you understand?
Yeah, I do.
I just don't want anywhere here. Like I was talking to someone. We worked hard to get to where we are. I was talking to someone who started with me in certain areas. Like we worked hard to get to where we are, and all those nights, eyes paining you, talking to clients, clients giving you a headache. You understand? Okay, now you finished the work, payment processors, how to send money to Nigeria, good, like all those things that you suffer, like as someone who's working online for your money as a third person or something. I don't know, but and then someone just wants to just come and
sit down and.
You understand? I'm not really just to add or in any way. I mean, for me, the definition of love is kindness. Yeah. You be kind to anybody that's around you. But when you know that when people are just trying to use you for your benefit, for their own benefits, I think it's best to push them away. What do you think?
For their own benefits. So you don't have any benefits from the person at all?
It's different from somebody has benefiting from you for good. But when someone is just trying to use you, kiss your ass is the word.
Okay.
For the very short term.
Okay.
Do you understand? They don't plan to be there
forever.
They just want to
enjoy their turn.
Yeah. And I think this is where certain men differ. You get the generosity part. Certain men differ. There are people who they don't mind. They can give large sums.
Yeah, that's why.
And because they just want to have fun at the moment.
Now I'm thinking about it clearly because there are usually guys that would start off with the giving, like you'll be receiving random gifts every day, and the only thing that will be going through your mind is what does this one want?
Yeah.
Like why is it always like this? And there are some that would wait until you guys are cool enough. And you see, okay, maybe I like this person and she's nice enough, and then it's like, okay, I think it's time for me to show her that I really like her. Oh, that's how you guys work. And they say women are complicated.
Yeah, it's something that we were talking about on Instagram. Did I see it on Instagram? It's something that I was saying, don't put people on, that don't allow people to enjoy relationship benefits off of you when they're not committed to you. But then it's not right. Like for me, if I like the person, I want to do a lot for them. Like you don't have to be playing that game of I want to be myself.
That's the problem I have with this dating thing.
Yeah, because
everyone is conscious.
Everyone, you don't want to have to be so careful.
Yeah,
do too much.
I shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to tell her I love you all the time.
Yeah,
I like her. I do like it.
You understand?
So why are you not telling me you love me? Because Peter said you shouldn't do it too much so that she will.
Exactly. You don't want to seem too foolish. You don't want to seem too fast. You don't want to seem too slow. It's just you're just being too careful, and that's why I hate it. Like in this field that we are playing in right now, I'm not a player anymore. Okay. I'm focusing on my life. So it's just there, man. Like the whole thing, and is the effect of the breakfast that they are serving people.
Sometimes it might not be effect of breakfast, then cumulative experiences for people. And I loved her so much. And so that means in my next relationship I cannot love her like this.
Yeah. You have to start this way so that it will not end. You not do this one. And you understand? You are being too careful, and that's what will now push people away from you because you are not yourself.
And the truth is you are not even expressing yourself as much as you want to.
Because you understand, because of the fear.
Fear of the unknown. What if it works out right?
This is a real issue.
Yeah, a whole lot of us are going through it.
Yeah. It's something that I think that a lot of people need therapy for. Yeah. I recently just maybe stopped therapy for a while because I've been having to do therapy since July or August. I've forgotten now. So yeah, I think therapy is helpful. It made me more plain. I think I had some bad experiences which I shared with you at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sorry.
Therapy made me realize certain things and heal completely. Because people do not heal, they just bounce off from relationships to relationships. This one hurts me, make I look for my next option and just stay there again. And it's just
that's it. They use relationship as an avenue to ignore what is
they ignore themselves.
Yeah. okay, I'm hot. Okay, instead of expressing this hurt and pouring it all out, no, let's look for another person to bury this hurt. It's still there.
Yeah.
You just buried it in the middle of nonsense. That's why it never works out. People that bounce off relationships, it never works out for them. So sometimes you have to relax.
Relax.
Yeah, relax.
It's just as if it's just like people who are telling me they're always looking for friends. Like I take things like probably romantic relationships the way I treat them. I'm not out there looking for friends. Friendships would come and they would last suddenly because I was not chasing those friendships. So I still try to treat it like I'm not out there telling myself I'm looking for love, because it's people who are actively looking for love that just do this bouncing up of relation, or I don't know, they are just trying to distract it, or I don't really understand their mindset, so I can't really comment more on how they are thinking.
That's the problem. Okay, I did have a friend that was hot like all the time from guys, and then maybe she felt finding love would erase the hurt. I told her a lot of that. No, she's in a relationship now, and I hope she's happy.
Yeah, hopefully.
I hope she's happy. But then I know she just did something wrong. And low key, like I said, I'm the good friend. I would always be there. Low key, I know it won't work. Because it started off as you looking for something to erase or bury the hurt you've been feeling. You never got to express it. It was just there. So in your head, you were just looking for the next guy that will be there to not while away your time, keep you occupied, keep your mind occupied or distracted from the hurt you were actually feeling. And it won't work. It won't work. It never works.
These are really wise words. This is why I like talking to Chichi, because even like apart from like certain conversations we have, I'll just go and sit down like one more. This girl is really smart. So yeah.
She's the person that is doing a whole lot of things that I don't know.
So yeah, I mean we're talking for 46 minutes now on this whole topic, and I think like this is something that people have to listen to, and because it's like real issue, man. What's happening? Like a lot of you guys out there, just take time to heal, bro.
And I'm also talking about it from the angle of experience. I used to be that person that would like to bounce off relationship. Like, okay, I've broken up with this one. I won't cry. Strong girl, hard girl. No, we don't cry. I'd rather just on to the next. That's always my slogan within my friends. And so when the last breakup I had was during the COVID, unfortunately for me, I didn't get to meet you guys, which is sad. Because I'm very sure if the world was open, then I would have met someone and I would have done the same thing. So the break gave me enough time to sit down and relax and get to understand what exactly just happened. So it took a while to process it. Yeah, it did take a while. Okay, I actually broke up with this person and I really liked this person. And this person is no longer there. It took a while and then slowly, okay, it felt like it was very tough. Yeah, because I was always going in and out of relationship. I had never been on my own for a while. I had never been on my own. Like in 2-3 years, I've not been on my own. I was always in a relationship. If I break up with this person, there's always a replacement. Yeah. Just right at the corner.
Yeah, there's this thing in men's world that guard your heart, kings. She knows who's next.
There's always a replacement at the corner. But then I guess this love really caught me because I had no replacement. The world was not open. I didn't get to meet new people at all. I was just there. So it took a while to be by myself because I had never been by myself before. I've always had people around me. Like I always had a boyfriend at that point. That's what I meant. I always had someone around me. So I used the opportunity, the COVID break, to relax, get to understand myself, understand why it happened first. When I did understand why it happened, I realized it was my fault. Then see how I could adjust to it and try to improve on what the error I made. So I think that alone was enough. So when the usual attention from when the world became open again, and then I got the attention of guys, okay, we should, on the norms, I would have picked one out of the crowd I had seen then and just, yeah, I'm dating again. But then I was like, no, I don't think I want this. I used to go for this, but nah, it's not my thing. I just realized it's not my thing. It never worked for me. So that's why it is very unhealthy to bounce off. You don't even know what you like. You are just attracted to what is offered to you at that point. You don't know what you like. So when you get to relax and find yourself a bit, you find out that you're a very interesting person. Very interesting. Kelvin is being very quiet, and I'm wondering why.
Yeah, I'm trying to digest all of these things because sometimes you have to listen to learn. And what you said now is really, really smart. It's smart in the sense that people do not introspect, and the fact that you were admitting that most of the time you never introspected and you took time to sit down, introspect, and things. And people rarely call out themselves for being at fault. You understand? Just you admitting that this is probably my fault at some point takes a lot of courage and bravery. And yeah, sure, that's a really brave thing. I don't know. Is it brave or what is the word for it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever you want.
Let's just don't put a word there. So yeah, what do you think about sexual compatibility between people who are dating? Because now there's something that I found funny. I found it funny that people were in marriages and divorcing because of sexual compatibility. I'm not did these people not date?
Yeah, that's it. I don't really understand what happened to them at that point, because how would you date somebody and you won't know? You discover that your genotypes are compatible, your rhesus factor was compatible, and you did not find out that you are sexually not compatible. It doesn't work. Well, sometimes some people say that they can love somebody without being sexually attracted to them. But this is somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with, and you are not minding that factor. What would keep it going at one point when the love factor seems to be down? Because for marriages, I'm very sure love is not one of the first 5 points. There are a whole lot of points before love comes in. So what if the love is not there? What would keep it going? Sometimes it might just be sex, and you are sexually not attracted to this person.
Sex is really important, yeah.
Very important. That's it. Some people underestimate the importance of sex, because I have had sex and I've had good sex. And I've had good sex to the point where I know the type of sex that you feel like you're communicating with the person, with your bodies. So that's enough. And if that is for me, I would always say, I've talked about myself. For me, it's very important. If I like you and I am not sexually attracted to you, we can't work. We can't work, because that means for every time you touch me, I would let it cringe and go, no, please don't touch me. I don't know.
Do you think that people can be sexually attracted to each other, but they don't love each other? That's complex now.
Very complex. Yeah, it might happen. It's just sex.
What is love? Okay. Optimizing for people that give you the greatest happiness here.
Yeah.
That's what we define it as.
Now, that is the idea of you being sexually attracted to the person without the whole love thing. Religion will term it as lust.
Yeah.
We'll term it as lust.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You should be free to express lust without mixing it up with love.
Should we do so much of lusting out? Is that advice you're giving us? Should we do it if we find out that maybe I'm lusting after this person? Should we give it a try? Is it something that I'm lusting after 3 girls right now? I should give it a try for all of them.
Yes, STD and STI available. Please don't do that to yourself. Sorry.
Yeah.
Don't do that to yourself at all. But then I don't think you should not mix. That's all. I'm not giving you bad advice, guys. All I'm just saying is don't mix lust and love together. Yes, you can be attracted to the person sexually based on pleasure, and that's it. So always tell me this is pleasure.
It's just really hard for us to distinct the two, make it.
How distinct. Is it possible? Because there are some things.
We have, some people are confused.
Okay.
It's just okay, but because we are working out sexually, probably in love or something.
No, I don't think it, because maybe once or twice the person would have done something that is outside your sexual bound, And then you're like, why is this person doing this? We are not in a relationship. Chill, bro. We're good. We're not in a relationship. You shouldn't do that. That's when I know that.
How good are you at maintaining boundaries? Because you seem, the way you talk now, your facial expression seems that you are like really firm and affirmative about boundaries or something.
Well, let's just say really firm. No, sometimes I'm human. Sometimes I do make mistakes about the whole boundary thing. But it's shaky. But I try to be as disciplined as possible. Maybe because I'm trying to avoid looking foolish. Because I don't want it to be a situation where the person is like, okay, we know this is sex, and then all of a sudden you're coming in with, oh, I really like you. The hard girl in me would not agree to that.
Yeah, okay.
No. So I try to be as disciplined as possible. No, we can't go on dates. No, don't expect me to do some things a girlfriend should be doing to you. So we don't end up in that situation and we'll start asking ourselves, what are we?
Yeah.
So I try to be as disciplined as possible. It's hard because I was in a situation whereby it was very hard to maintain that boundary, really hard. But then I had my friends behind me, so they helped.
Yeah, like we said before, friends, golden people. I don't know how we dusted off the part of Oluni's trait. I don't think we talked about female cheating on this podcast, but I don't think it's something you're comfortable talking about in your facial expression.
Yes, I'm not comfortable about talking. Yeah. So we good. I don't really want to. I don't think I want the women to come for me.
But we are going all the way.
No, maybe I'll be the one listening this time around when you talk.
I don't know. It should have been nice to talk about it with someone like you. We have good podcast chemistry.
I did wish I went through the trend. I think that's where the error came from, me not going through the trend. Because it's a very sensitive topic for me, I would rather not go through it.
How is it sensitive? Sorry, does it give you PTSD? I don't understand.
Yeah, it does. So I would rather not. I don't really look at her trends. I really love Oluni. She's a very beautiful person, but this type of trends are not for me. I'm very sensitive to it.
Yeah, right. Let's just pull that off. So we'll be talking for almost an hour now, and it's been like an amazing conversation. Like really, we've talked about a lot of things in just 1 hour.
Yep.
Is there something you want to chip in? Something that is just on top of
you sent me. I told you about the stuff you sent to me. Do you want to talk about it?
We plan to talk about something. Sorry, that was let me see. So let me check. So we plan to talk about okay, it was the fact that if you take someone from the dating scene of 10 years ago and put them in the dating scene of today, they will find it really hard because the pool is messed up. I think something is kind of like resonates on what we've
been talking about.
Yeah.
Remember the part where I said it's based on the individual?
Okay, explain.
So now let's say this person, man A, from 10 years ago, he used to be in the circle of be in the circle of women that, because 10 years ago women did not really get to express themselves so much.
Fast.
Yeah. We didn't get to do a whole lot of things, and they were doing the whole what's it called, giving. The men were doing the whole giving thing, and then the women were always humble and cool. You know.
Yeah.
So now bringing him into this dating scene that we have here, he might not like it.
Yeah.
He says, what if he likes his women cool, the way they were back
then? But now women are more expressive.
Very expressive. Very
Talk
expressive.
About their anger is valid. They like to be.
All our points are valid. Not just the anger. We want all our points validated. So yeah, maybe he doesn't like women like that. He won't be comfortable with it. Or man B from 10 years ago, he did not really find a problem with the women being quiet and not outspoken. He didn't have a problem, but he wanted a little bit of, the outspokenness. And then if you bring him into this dating scene and he sees that, he's intrigued. And back to man A, he was doing the giving most times then. So if you bring him here now, the guys are also expressive about wanting, like I said, wanting to be treated like king. Sure. So what if he comes into this dating scene and he gets to meet a woman that, no, babe, don't do that. You don't always have to spend and spend and spend. Okay, I just got you this too. We go out on dates, we share bills. And he's taken back like, nice.
Yeah.
So it's.
I feel you, because I've gone on dates with women that paid. They're just like offer to pay, or people that just buy food for you. Like randomly, I've experienced all those female care. Mm-hmm. So, and I've experienced the opposite.
So you see, if you were it's based on individuals. So with the I was only talking about it from the male's perspective. So for the women too, now everyone is maybe, I don't know. It's just based on the individual. If she's okay there where she was quiet. But I don't think anyone was okay then when they were really quiet.
Their voices were not heard. And they felt like they could not communicate their needs in the most direct way possible.
Well, their needs, if I was to look at it from the financial aspect, back then, most of the finances fell on the guy. So now we are in the modern age where everyone is working. Every woman is working. If you are not working as an individual, most people, Kevin is smiling at me because I said everyone.
It's just because, like, when you say that women, I know that a lot of women are financially stable right now, but what do we still see? Who are optimizing for their needs based on how much men they can make?
And that is what still surprises me in this dating scene, because it's like these men have been doing this same thing for a very long time. And then all of a sudden, you're putting more pressure on them to do more. Like, have you not been satisfied from the beginning? What exactly is the problem now? Now, that's where that social media thing comes of the vibe of the relationship. Oh, she just got this trip to Dubai. Me too. I want trip to Dubai, baby. Exactly. That's it. Everyone is now doing the thing to show off, not because they need it. It's not they are taking their wants over needs.
They too want to perform. They want to show.
Which is, it's not necessary. Like, wants, needs are greater than wants. Yeah. You don't need that.
Yeah. Who is this guy? Harvey's daughter. Who is this guy? Black Panther. This Black Panther guy who is the villain.
I can't remember his name, yeah.
Michael Jordan or something. Michael B. Jordan, who dated Harvey. He took her to this place, decorate aquarium. I don't know, it was like a really big thing.
Everything
and then woman was like, it's the little things. It's the little things.
That's a little.
So they like bought out the whole place for that night.
That's not little. That's a whole lot of money.
If he wants to, he will.
What the quote? It's like, now I can imagine their man going through their timeline and saying their woman.
You're not asking for too much. You're asking the wrong person.
Kevin is attacking us. Thank God I didn't say anything. Like, I just said that, this looks sweet. And then someone is going to show, baby, see what this guy did for his.
Yeah, and it will put a lot of pressure on the guy, because he would like to have that thing for the girl too, but he's not able to.
But she doesn't need it.
Yeah, but then let's not deceive ourselves. Women like cheap thrills.
Yeah, we do.
Cheap thrills, like all these quick thrills, and so that's why women buy more stuff on the internet. I've done e-commerce before. Who buy more stuff online based off of what you just see, not because they don't second guess it. Just it's women. If you want to make e-commerce money, target women.
No, I think, and it's based, you guys, so you people always like selling our fantasies to us. Oh, yeah. If you get,
I'll give you the whole world.
Okay, the idea of, sorry, I don't know the people that will be listening to this. People that sell the whole butt enlargement oil. It doesn't work. Well, you try to sell the fantasy of, if you rub it continuously or like on your butt is going to increase in 6 months.
Do you think people who buy these things are optimizing for male attention, but they lie to themselves that it's just for themselves? Because they know that they will get male attention with the butt and the boobs and enlargement thing.
It's two ways. Yes, they would like the male attention, but at the same time, the male attention will give them confidence.
That's pretty way to put it. That's a pretty way to put it. Yeah, like an indirect way to get the confidence.
Yeah, an indirect way. So I need it for the confidence, but some people are not always like that. So I need it. Okay, I need this for my confidence. I don't need anyone to tell me you look amazing. But it still works. It helps with my self-esteem. Tell me I look good.
Yeah. We've talked for more than an hour now. This is a lovely conversation. I know, like, if we keep talking, there'll be a lot of things to talk about. But like, let's just try to put a cap on certain things now. So I don't know if you have anything to say on top of your mind, anything at all. That is just like, okay, you have a platform that you want to tell a lot of people, because a lot of people listen to that podcast. So now let's just know how. I don't know how the numbers would be. Let's see if a lot of people also listen to this one.
I hope. And yeah. This is my own personal statement. Please, the whole relationship thing that I talked about earlier, for the girls and the guys too, that do the whole jumping off thing, it doesn't pay at all. Just find yourself, like my friend would say, find yourself first. And then find yourself, get to respect yourself a little. And then those other things will come from him too. The reason why you've been treated badly is because you don't respect yourself. They don't see you respect yourself. So yeah, they will do the same thing you are doing to yourself. Sir?
Yeah, what you said is really nice. How people treat you is based off of how you carry yourself first. Because people, like in my own friend group, I don't think nobody tells me trash, because like I will know I'm not like a trashy person first of all, and I don't see myself as one. So people see you as valuable because you know that you are valuable first of all, and you uphold that value in yourself. Yeah, that was really interesting. So this is a really nice way to end the podcast, man. And bad bitches and motherfuckers. So this is it from me, Kelvin Pascal, and Nkechinyere. Chinchi.
It was nice being back.
Yeah, it was nice, man. So yeah, cheers, man.
Yeah, look who made it to the end of the episode. I really appreciate you for listening to the end. If you are listening right now, just leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, as if you're listening on an Apple device. Also, like my podcast on Spotify if you're listening on Spotify. If you are new to this podcast, subscribe. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to spread out the word for Nkechinyere. And if you have questions, comments, or concerns, don't forget to reach out to me on Instagram or Twitter at Nkechinyere, and I'm always available for any questions. That's it for me this week, and until then, stay curious.